media buzz, y'all. We gonna get right on into it. I'm gonna try to wait for a few more people before I start laying down that fire in this conversation. But y'all, girl, just gonna keep it going. So, like, y'all, let's wake up this morning with some positivity. First off, take a few deep breaths. Whatever you need to do. You hear me? This is how you reset your morning. Do you hear me? And good morning to everybody. I got goals set. Y'all feel me? Y'all can help me out, even the people that replay. Okay? The things that you need to do when you get up in the morning, and let me just let y'all girl know this. First off, ask him what is his dream for you. I'm talking about for life. You hear me? What is his intentions for you? You hear me? In life. You hear me? If it is something bigger than you that you need to be accomplishing before you leave here, you need to ask him that. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. We got a few hot topics today, y'all. Y'all feel me? I'm just, before I get into the Epstein files, and before we get into all the other stuff that's really going on the internet, let's wake up a little bit. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, I gotta get my stuff together. But until then, we just gonna roll. This is not fake. This is real content over here. Y'all feel me? So let's wake up a little bit, y'all feel me? Let me get the Lucy Boosie in, because this is gonna be a lengthy 2 hour live stream packed with a whole lot of information. Let's get it to it, y'all. Hey, I woke up blessed this morning. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? Hey, ever feeling like church? Y'all feel me? Good morning, everybody. So I know y'all, a lot of people just, start following me on my social media platforms. So a lot of people don't really know what I'm about, right? So we ain't gonna do no long introduction about me. You got to go to my social media platforms. But they do call me MJ some places. Some people call me Sweet Pea. And overall, Coach MJ. You feel what I'm saying? And we'll get on what the coach came in from later on in content. Not on this live. Too lengthy, too lengthy. Okay. So anyway, y'all, I keep forgetting that I am friends with Woody, right? So they like, your friend Woody made a post, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, who is Woody? Okay, I know who Woody is. That's Lil Wood. Lil Wood, okay? So let's catch us up. First off, y'all, before we get into the Epstein files, and I want to show people how you going to access this Epstein file. See, a lot of people don't know how to access it, right? So this is the actual site that you are able to access them files on. You feel what I'm saying? Everything that I'm going to talk about is in these files, right? So you got audio from, I think, Maxwell. That's her name? Yeah. You got audio from her. You have redacted traveling papers, redacted traveling papers are everywhere, from um, planes to boats in here. You feel what I'm saying? So, as a content creator, and we talking about the Epstein files, your girl didn't have to go through mounts and mounts and mounts and mounts of information to make sure my story is right and also to make it flow. You feel what I'm saying? So before we get into the Epstein files, let's catch up on some of the stuff that's going on that social media buzz is talking about on a platform. So Christian Rock, y'all, let's talk about Christian Rock. Christian Rock has actually lost a lot of followers because I think her not living up to other people's expectations. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what happened to a lot of us in life. Don't argue with me like that. You hear what I'm saying? Don't even come over here and act like you know what I'm talking about if you don't know what I'm talking about. But it's a lot of people that has to live up to other people's expectations. And sometimes it can either make you fail, it can crack you, or break you, or make you stronger. So in this situation, I'ma say Krishan have actually got stronger from all the backlash that she had received from social media. So in January 2026, she became an ex-Rumbler fighting champion. Yay, I'm so happy for her, y'all. Look, I feel like, you know, this is my little sister, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really proud of her, and I'm also friends with her, too, on Facebook. Y'all feel me? So I try not to talk about too many celebrities that I really not in comfort with, because I done got shut down on many of my lives, like she don't know them, she don't know who she talking about. So guess what, y'all? Girl talk about the people that's her friends. Y'all feel me? Yeah. So me and Christian is friends, you know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate that. And so let's talk about some of the things that she have did. She trained, well, not right now. She training in B-More, y'all, with a veteran named Tank. Davis, Tank. Y'all know who Tank is, right? Anybody know? Give me some background about Tank, comment. You feel what I'm saying? But Tank is supposed to be taking Christian to another level. And I'm really proud of that, y'all feel me? Because, like, y'all keep it real. I was, like, off the hook in high school, you know what I'm saying? And if somebody was, like, in my ear, like, you know, quit being, you know, disruptive, quit being, you know, like, take this fight to another ring, I probably could have been them things, y'all feel me? Like, I ain't trying to brag, though, but y'all, people that can actually box are people that's daredevils, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could take a hit, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, you know what I'm saying? And I always been a person that was a little bit on the rough side, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really proud of her. And then I also look back at some of her accomplishments, y'all, right? So her first major fight is going to be April the 25th, 2026, y'all, at a Philadelphia casino. Now, me having addiction in my life to the coca leaf, I also had an addiction to gambling. Yeah, let's talk about that. When you got an addiction to one thing, it's usually a lot of more other things in there. See, people don't talk about it, right? So I don't know if I really want to go see Christian fight at that casino. You know what I'm saying? Because the casino, I ain't walking past no roulette table without playing. You know what I'm saying? And I like to play roulette, you know what I'm saying? And if they let me hit once, it's on and popping, you know? So that's how addiction starts. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a great thing, and I just wanted to throw that in there while a lot of people ain't going to show up, Krishan, to that damn fight. You feel what I'm saying? It's too much money got to be spent there, okay? And so she also, let me see. She also been a track and field star. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can run. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that too, y'all. When I was in high school, I was in middle school. I remember, y'all, my gym teacher, you know, I really wanted to be on the track team because I just felt like I could run. But in reality, I can't run. You know what I'm saying? But my man said, you know what I'm saying, I can be taught how to do this. Y'all, my butt used to be like... I used to be running past him real fast, you know, like he used to be just sitting there reading his newspaper. He'd never look up at me. I used to like give him a real like you know, let him know that I'm doing it, you know, like, you know, you can put me on the team. I'm fast, you know what I'm saying? But that man ain't never looked at me, you know what I'm saying? But I did try, y'all. I did try, you know what I'm saying? So she did that, and that was at a college called Feather River College, I want to say. And then she also did for a little bit, y'all, in 2020, she did the, she was a tag winner. Nope. I think in 2022, she did that obstacle course. Yeah, I didn't write it down right. She did that obstacle course in 50 seconds. Y'all ever seen that one? It's just a little snippet. That's how fast she do it. But she won 10 grand on that one. Y'all feel me? And then, okay, she went to doing football. She did football for a minute in 2024. She did the little touch and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I think that was just like too fake. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Touch football. You know, I'm just saying, you know, if you're going to be an athlete, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that sport would be too appealing to a person like her. You know what I'm saying? You know, she don't want to be touching, running. You know what I'm saying? That girl actually want to be tackling. You know what I'm saying? So I can see her leaving that sport alone for a minute. But them are her accomplishments, y'all. Them is all her accomplishments, doing all the stuff that she had been through with Blueface, her baby, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And y'all, guess what? And then y'all know I always take it to another level. Why do Barbie, well, Mattel, got a doll out with Down syndrome? Like, I ain't saying nothing bad about the doll. I really love the idea. But the doll don't look like it got Down syndrome. The only thing they did was throw some earphones on. Y'all feel me? Like, what is y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Then, hold on. They asked me, they say, do you want to see the handicapped Barbie doll? I flew up the handicapped Barbie doll. Why she had to be black with this big poofy hair in the wheelchair? Y'all feel me? You know? Like, so this is the things that is going on from inspiration from other people. Because I really believe that artistic doll was really inspired by Bree and Shay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know about Shay and Bree on TikTok, but they are some really famous young ladies, and I really like them. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people is inspiring a lot of people to do a lot of things. So like Krishan Rock, she is inspiring her youth, the people that's in her age. Y'all feel me? To do these different things. You know what I'm saying? You have to try different things in life to find out what you like. When I first came to social media, I wasn't doing YouTube. No. I wasn't doing TikTok. That wasn't even on my mind. I was doing health and wellness, y'all. Feel me? I was a total life changer. And I was just told to get on there and sell. Y'all feel me? I've been selling all my life. So that was easy to learn how to sell. Y'all feel me? So that's how I got on social media, and selling wasn't for me. You know, the people just don't believe in better health no more. I'm just gonna keep it real. So I had to do a lot into that field, and so I walked away. And so I found my niche doing this. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk. I like to bring it, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm trying to bring other people into their own shell in 2026 on my platform. My lives have inspiration in them because I am an inspirational person for myself. See, I do sometimes watch my lives again. I might not get a chance to watch it today or tomorrow, but I might watch it next week. And I might be depressed. But something I'm going to say in my video going to snap me back out of it, and I'm going to realize that I'm on a mission. You feel me? My mission is to get 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year so I can get my plaque. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do something that I ain't going to accomplish. Y'all feel me? So once I start doing YouTube, it's a wrap. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So my other platforms been kind of neglected. My TikTok shop and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, I go where the money at. You feel me? And I'm telling y'all where the money at. The money is on YouTube. You hear me? Don't let nobody tell you no different. Do y'all see me trying to be all fine? Do you see me I don't even got the proper equipment to be on YouTube so I can show y'all the screams and, you know, and talk that. No, I don't have that yet. But I'm just going to fake it till I make it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to fake it till I make it. You know what I'm saying? You got to speak life to yourself. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Look, let me see. I'm 48 years old. Okay? Okay. And I do got a little gray spot up there, but I'm proud of them spots. You feel what I'm saying, huh? And I don't think I'm old enough to be Pac mama, but I'm old enough to be his older sister, and I'm old enough to give him a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, a little clap too, you know what I'm saying? He needed some inspiration along the way too, you know what I'm saying? Just because we think a person ghetto all and all that, some people still need that ghetto fire in their life. You feel what I'm saying? So this channel, I'm that ghetto fire. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all feel me? I'm that ghetto, you know. You know what I'm saying? I come rolling through here like I am. You feel what I'm saying? So let's move on from Chris Shine. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a whole layout this morning. And let me tell y'all, when you doing your social media platform and you know you about to live stream at least for an hour or 2 hours, you have to have the book. Social media goods, we got the book. See, I can go back in the book and find a story that we done already talked about and drop some stuff that I didn't talk about. You feel me? So when you becoming a YouTuber or any type of content creator, you have to write it down. You have to write it down no matter what you think. You cannot say, I'm going to remember that. Get a book, get you some paper, start writing down your ideas. You hear me? And when you start writing them down, you going to notice that other people going to start living them out before you, especially if you don't get to them. You hear what I'm saying? Because you ain't the only one thinking of that idea. Okay? So, Tasha K. We was talking about Tasha K the last time, I think, on my live, and we done ran across a few of my videos talking about Tasha K. I'm starting to feel kind of sorry for Tasha K. But, Tasha, you a nitpicker. You do shit. You know what I'm saying? You know. Let's talk about this. You do. Now, you know Cardi B talking about that money. And then you gonna drop that video on your new wine. And you gonna say, we about to get that money. We about to do all this. You about to cut that check really fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, y'all. But that's my girl. And if y'all don't know, Tasha K got her own wine out. The winos. And I'm a wino sometime. I'm going to get me some wine. Because I just want to support the girl. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I just want to say that I ordered something from Tasha K. And I just want it because everybody else going to get a bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? And that's inspiration. I'm like, ooh, social media buzz. Can I have my buzz? Can I have my buzz bottle one day? Y'all feel me? I just want the little buzz bottle. You know what I'm saying? Have it look like a little bee. You know what I'm saying? And we just get buzz. And we just, you know, talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? She inspired me to want something for myself. You feel what I'm saying? So the people that you follow in life is important as well. So let's move on to Lil Durk. Y'all look, the lab, look, I'm trying to get to them files because the files is 3 pages long. You feel me? We gonna break it down, and I'm not gonna even get partly almost through what I need to talk about when it comes to the Epstein files today. But we gonna, everything that's going on in the world, these people was at this man's house. These people is getting exposed for a reason. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So, Lil Durk. I did a story on Lil Durk, and if y'all look in I gotta find it. I did a story when Lil Durk actually first went to jail last year, or the year before last. Was it 2 years? It's probably been 2 years, because that's how long social media buzz been banging. Y'all, I've been banging for 2 years. So I done lost track of time. A lot of videos I dropped, I thought I dropped them last year or last month, and they was 2 years ago. That's how my mask, you know what I'm saying, that's how it started moving, right? So when I did the video on Lil Durk, y'all know y'all girl had to investigate Lil Durk. And I like Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? And I love him because he's a young black man and he out here getting it regardless of how he did get it. And then, you know, it is sad if some of the things that he have been accused of, if he did it, you know what I'm saying? But when I did the video on Lil Durk, Chicago didn't like it. Y'all feel me, huh? Chicago didn't like the video that I did on Lil Durk. So that's another thing that I want to tell content creators. See, some things that you actually produce and put out there, the city not going to like it. Y'all feel me? So you got to have tough skin. You got to get ready for the ready. You hear me? So what I found out, and it's just allegedly, y'all. Allegedly, Lil Durk is a dirtbag. You know what I'm saying? When I look into his story and I look into the allegations, you hear what I'm saying? Because it was a young lady named, I think, Octavia. I want to say that's her name, but I might be saying it wrong. But the young man who's allegedly supposed to be snitching on him and supposed to have the wire on him. This is the reason why he didn't get turned on dirt. This is the allegedly. It's because his baby mama is caught up in a, I'm trying to say it without being against guidelines of policy. So allegedly, Dirk had his baby mama under lab on her male route. She's a male lady. Well, she was a male lady that had children and got unalive, just pew, 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 pew up on her route. Allegedly, they saying that Dirk did that. He called that hit. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And that's when everything felt different for me. You hear what I'm saying? Because see, gangsters, all gangsters don't do stuff like that. Not when it comes to women and children. Gangsters don't, any gangster you know and that you done seen on TV, they just don't do that to women and children. Dirtbags do. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? So, that video that I did, y'all can imagine, it didn't sit right with Chicago. You hear me? But I felt resonated with what I had to say. You know what I'm saying? Because that young lady had to have somebody to speak up for her too. You know what I'm saying? She can't, you know what I'm saying? She ain't got nothing to do with her baby father actions. And that was in my video. Even if he did cross Dirk out. Dirk, get this man. He paid the consequences. How dare you take the consequences to somebody that's minding their business? Y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? And that's it. You hear me? Yeah. And they all telling on him. That's why ain't nobody there. You know, that's what the controversy is that he went to court, nobody come to court. But let me tell y'all something. That's not the truth. There'll be a goddamn dummy to come to that court when they all in speculations. All his friends anyway. They can't go to court. You hear what I'm saying? To support that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? His father just got out of jail from his, Big Hoover situation. He done had all his life took. He institutionalized himself. He ain't coming to court. He ain't coming to court. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You got people that just can't come support him inside of that courtroom. You hear what I'm saying? They can only support him from afar. You know what I'm saying? You know, like we had that situation where we wanted to support a loved one in court. But guess what? The family of the people, see, y'all don't know, see, it's a family in there too that's accusing him of doing some things. Did y'all really look into the indictment? Yeah, it's people that's inside of the feds that's saying that he did these things, right? So they can say that they scared of the family and friends and they don't want to attend the court. They don't want to testify in court if them people gonna be there. You feel me? So you not gonna see nobody in court. That's why I didn't share that. I didn't share that. It ain't sad. That's how it go. When you allegedly a gangster or a menace to society. You feel me? See, people gotta know what a gangster is. You hear me? A gangster got no remorse, but he got a lot of remorse for women and children. I'm talking about not him, her, whoever. You feel what I'm saying? You just got some cold-blooded, you know, illers out here. But you got to know a difference between a gangster, you know what I'm saying, and a dirtbag. You feel what I'm saying? Now, a lot of more allegations is talked about in that video that I dropped. But them allegations. But have y'all ever played the game if you whisper something and you keep on whispering it and it might not come out exactly the same, But it be somewhere around there. The whispers. People be whispering and whispering until the whisper get messed up though, but you hear me? Look, money is the root to all evil. You know, money is money is actually put here to make mayhem. See? And God had to have something for us to work for. He had to have something to help us change. You hear me? So he put money out here. You can lose money for religiously, or you can use it for mayhem. You hear me? Huh? Money is power. Money is, y'all feel me? Money is the crumb to all Rick Rucking. Y'all feel me? I wanted to say something else. But if you money and you got money and you love money and you smell money, you money, that's every human being in this world. You hear me? Huh? So money is here to create mayhem. Money is here to create, be quiet, boo. Your daddy will be here in a minute. I'm trying to, I ain't supposed to have no kids, but things happen like that. You remember what I'm saying? Grandbaby, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? But anyway, you can either be a good person with money or you can be a bad person with money. But God and the devil have both people with money. Don't get it twisted. Don't hit that. Get your butt somewhere. Now, y'all, I don't mean to get, Granny gonna get you. But you can be a good person with money or a bad person with money. You hear what I'm telling you? And there's some bad people out here that got a lot of money. But his people got to have money too. And guess what? His people got to live a long time too. The world don't balance off without both. All good people can't live. All bad people, don't leave here first. Both. We both leave good. Both look. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So he made a choice. And something happened where he got to pay for it. See, what goes on in the dark always come to the light. And it don't matter what we think he did in this world. Somebody in another world, spiritual world, said it's time for him to pay for it. See, we always got to pay for the wrong things we do to people too. You hear me? So it don't matter how you do it and what you think you get away with. You don't get away with nothing. You hear me? That's why I be telling you, I got an uncle right now, been gone for almost 30 years now. We don't know who unalived him. But it could be somebody that come over my house every day, shaking our hand, throwing up with us, crying with us too. You hear me? But I do know that the consequences do come to that person. And I do know that they don't have good luck and they ain't having no good life. You hear me? You can mess up your life just like you break a glass or break a mirror, what they say, and that's how I do. Karma is who she is, and karma is somebody that you can't none of us fuck with. I gotta say it like that. Y'all feel what I'm saying? She that deal. You know what I'm saying? So I did that video on Lil Durk. And every time I talk about him, I think about that young lady face. You know what I'm saying? I think about her face because they do got her out there. You look at her up, she still got on her postal outfit and she all happy and stuff. And she left 3 children behind. Now, if he didn't do it, who did it? Who unaliving the mailman? Who doing that? Who in y'all city do y'all see, like, we in Detroit? If somebody unalived the mailman had it coming. I ain't trying to be funny. You feel me? Huh? But it's something about the mailman life that happened and the mailman that got messed up. This is a mail lady. I'm pretty sure she been a mail lady. They said, I think about at the time, 7 years then. She had 3 children. She wasn't even with her man. Let's talk about that too. The guy that's supposed to turn on dirt, huh? And baby mama that got unalived, she wasn't even with this man. Y'all feel me, huh? But you got to hurt somebody that hurt when you hurt. And hurt people hurt people. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And that's sad. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the next thing, y'all. And it's gonna be, we're gonna stay in the sad things before we get to the fun things. So Renee Nicole Good, 37 years old. She was in Minnesota. Minneapolis at the time when ISIS took her life away from her. She's a U.S. citizen. Can I say that again? She's a U.S. citizen that had just moved from Minneapolis from Missouri. You hear me? Huh? And guess what she was doing? She was observing what they was doing and recording them. Y'all hear me? When she see them recording her, when they see her recording, they decided to surround that lady car and go to that lady car. After she seen, it's getting a little heated, she decided that she maybe want to pull off and leave. You hear me? That lady did not ram her car into nobody. You hear what I'm telling y'all? I watched that. I watched it, and I have got a lot of information from people that was there. The people that was eyewitnesses to that same accord that we all seeing. You hear me? Her family collected over $500,000 in that account in 24 hours. Her family then stopped the GoFundMe account because they scared of the money that's coming in that account, y'all. And I was really upset with that family because her life is priceless. She ain't supposed to be gone. She not supposed to be gone. That's what you call a senseless, untimely death. He piled in that window 5 times to her head. Did y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? Whole face caught 5. Yeah, see, ain't nobody talking about the details of the aftermath. Her family can't even see her no more. They can only remember how she looked. And if they just open up the cases, it's because that's how they is. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't care. You know what I'm saying? But she took 5 to the face. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Not one. Not a up in the arrow in the shoulder, because this man, Jonathan Ross, 10-year veteran. And I put, fuck him. You hear me? Veteran. Said that this was an act of domestic terrorism. So he's saying that she tried to run him over with that vehicle. And that's what his boy's saying, and that's what the department's saying. So she should be entitled to get that money. Because if the family go to try to sue ISIS or whatever, they going to all stick together and say that this is an act of domestic terrorism. And I think it's very sad. I think it's very sad, y'all. And then she got them 3 children that she left behind. 3 children. Yeah, that's so sad. So that's what I wanted to talk about, is that I don't think that they should have stopped that GoFundMe count. Yeah, it's really sad. I don't really think that they should have stopped the GoFundMe. But, we got people that just scared of money. You know what I'm saying? That money started coming in that account. The people was like, stop it. Stop it. Every day they was waking up to another $50,000, $60,000 in there, because it's sad. She was a documentary. That's what she do. She do what I do. And that's what I was just telling Doug. You think I'm about to get in my car and be trying to track ISIS down just to get some content? I might make $10 off of, and I might get caught up in the crossfire like that innocent bystander. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Trying to make a documentary. That's what she was doing. Yeah, let's talk about that. See, ain't nobody talking about what she was really doing there. She documentary. She was making a documentary. She's supposed to be there. She's supposed to be recording all the gruesome and gory stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, turn the GoFundMe back on and let it just go, 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 go. Because see, what they don't fail to realize, money spend quick. That account can have $2 million in it right now. But she dead forever. Y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? She gone forever. $2 million, I can spend that right now. I got a few ideas where it won't even be nothing but about 20 cents in the account when I get done with it. Money is a healing. That's what I'm saying. So let it keep coming in. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Okay? You know, like, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm the only one not looking in on the facts. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is that she deserved that money. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think somebody else made another GoFundMe, but the family don't want to have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? They say they're not trying to be greedy. It's not greed. We in the USA. We got trillions and trillions of money that we can't even account for. What is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You can't be greedy. Them the other people money. You know what I'm saying? Look, you say you getting all the Jordans. Look, I'm going to try to invest in Jordan business. You feel me? And that's what we feel real. I got to get rid of these little fruit flies, y'all. They get on my nerves. But I'm trying to invest. I'm trying to get a little piece of stock. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, can I give you $1 million to be a part of your crew? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So you just need people to give you advice. You know what I'm saying? What to do with the money. You know what I'm saying? And get some stock. You know, buy Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You know, do that. Let's put some Vaseline on these lips, y'all. Y'all feel me? I'm talking. Okay. They lubed up. Let's get it. So anyway, y'all, that's the part that I didn't really like, you know what I'm saying, about how when I found out about her. You know what I'm saying? When I found out why she was there, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, you know, they saying is rat bastard stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So, before we move into them Epstein files, I want to talk about Tiana Taylor. Have y'all seen that movie One Battle After Another? Okay, so I never knew nothing about the movie. I just so happened to be on my Fire TV yesterday, and they was like, this movie is trending. So I put on the trending movie, and it started off, and I said, I don't want to see this crazy stuff. And I turned it off. But then I got to thinking about it again, and so I went on and turned it on. And I watched the whole thing. Now, y'all know y'all girl gonna get a little messy on social media buzz because I gotta really tell y'all my opinion about the movie. So, congratulations, y'all. Y'all, the girl, she won, you know, Best Supporting Actress and whatever, you know, supporting role, whatever the category, but she won. Okay, so this is my controversy about the movie if you haven't seen the movie, okay? So first off, Tiana Taylor is like a French 75, you know, woman, and she supposed to be like this, you know, this, you know what I'm saying, this hard, you know, woman. She supposed to be trying to change the world, you know, like a Robin Hood in so many words. But I don't think they giving the money to no poor. I think they keeping the money, whatever. But they got Woods in there. They got Regina King in there. They got Leo in there. They got Todd, I think, Penn. You know, they got a big star cast, you know what I'm saying, you know, and it's weird, just like they've been making these other Hollywood movies. Everything got to be based on, y'all feel me? I'm not trying, you know, it all got to be based on, you know what I'm saying, the lineup, okay? So I'm noticing that with a lot of movies, you know what I'm saying, they got to explore that, you feel what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, so first off, she fall for these two white guys, period. Because one of them had something that the other one didn't have. But what I didn't like is when she did get the baby to come, y'all. This is what I'm telling y'all in the movie, because I got to tell y'all. She leaves the movie like an hour. Y'all feel me? But she won this award. But who you see through the whole movie is Regina King. You see her all the way to the end. You hear me? Woods, they promoting like he in this movie. You see him one time, and I think he only talked one time. And then you see him again in the background. But at the end of the movie, you see the back of his head. You don't even know if that's him. Let's just keep it real. So this is what I'm saying about the movie. Is that a lot of actors, actress that I have studied, they stick together. Like Taraji P. Oprah did bring her in and try to keep her on. And then she was trying to hang out with Fantasia, right? But Oprah got more control over Fantasia mental. So Fantasia kind of cut that relationship off with Taraji P. Now, if you don't believe me and you think I'm just a theory or conspiracy maker, go back and look and research your own shit. You feel what I'm saying, huh? So this is what I feel about Regina King. You hear me? Regina King just knows somebody that was on that production. You feel me? And she got paid probably more than Tiana because she was in that movie from the beginning all the way to the end. Y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? Huh? But Tiana Taylor somehow won. And she did not do the full movie. You gotta, okay, it's at the movies. You hear me? But on that Fire TV, you know what I'm talking about, the Fire TV, Amazon, whatever. You can watch it. You know what I'm saying? You can watch everything in the morning. I don't watch now and everything. I just click it on, you know what I'm saying? You know, I even stopped playing for Netflix. It's on there too, you know what I'm saying? Just click it in. Everything on there, you know what I'm saying? Stars, every app you want, just click it on, you know what I'm saying? It's right there in your Fire TV, you know what I'm saying? So, Fire TV, you know what I'm saying? But I think you could probably pay to watch it on Amazon, you know, and I think it's probably $20. Flat out. All Amazon movies, $20 to $25 at the show still. So I'm pretty sure she just won that award. It's about $20, $25 on Amazon. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where you can start to see it at. On streaming on Amazon. Yep. But anyway, Leo DiCaprio, he played a dope fiend. Flat out. Anybody can do that. Can't you? Can't you play a good dope fiend? Can you? You know what I'm saying? He just been smoking, you know, through the thing, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't really doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But they kept him through the whole movie. You feel me? They didn't show Woods, who we all wanted to, you know what I'm saying? They didn't show him like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting y'all know that it's a culture thing. So y'all gonna have to go watch it to actually get to what I'm talking about. Because when they found out that Penn and Leo had a baby with Tiana, they was trying to make it look like he shamed his, you feel me? That's what they said in there. They say he shamed this stuff for having a half-breed baby. So I want to know what type of message was they putting out in the movie. Y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? Because I didn't like the message. You know what I'm saying? You know. And then her as a mother, wasn't even attached to her daughter. She was jealous of her own daughter. So it was easy for her to walk away. Then Tiana played this hard character and she turned into a rat. A goddamn rat. A whole full-blown snitch. Damn, didn't all that didn't make no sense in this movie, huh? No, ain't no typical mom. Who jealous of their kids? I ain't never been jealous of my daughter. I think she look better than me, but I ain't saying, oh, I want to be her or I don't want to be bothered with her. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to be bothered with her daughter in that movie. She used to be sitting in the background mad because he was holding her and rocking her. Leo was paying the baby more attention. What kind of message? That's all I'm saying is what type of message was they putting out for a person to win a award for that type of movie? She was a deadbeat mother. You hear me? And she was a snake, a rat. But she won an award for it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I don't know if she won the award because she was acting good. Because she didn't win the award for the message. Y'all feel me? Not for the message, but for the acting, because she did have me watching more, and that's what I was pissed off about. It's because I kept waiting on her to come back into the movie, and she never came back in the movie. They take her out in about, that movie like 2 hours and 29 minutes. They take her out about an hour. She in that movie for about an hour, then another hour and 21 minutes is Leo running around in this dirty house robe smoking weed. You hear me? I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, but that's what the rundown on the hot topics today. So if you got any hot topics you want to add, y'all, to the comments that I might have missed that I need to be talking about, drop them in the comments, y'all. But let's move on to this Epstein file. Now, why is the Epstein file so important? Because everybody talking about it. And if you are a social media or content creator, you're going to start talking about it too. You hear me? Everybody talking about this. You hear me? And let me just keep it real. Whatever the trend is, you need to stay with it. It don't matter if you don't like it, whatever going on. It don't matter if you think the research going to take all day. That's my problem. I'm just telling you. This is my Epstein morning. This is all the research that I got for us this morning, and I'm going to break down. But I'm going to read it like a book. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read it like a book because I tried to write it down. So the name of my lab is called the Extraordinary Wealth. Extraordinary wealth can fuel extraordinary desires. Now, the reason why I use that title is because in the Epstein files, it's a whole article that this lady wrote in the Times in there. And the investigators felt like that article was so important to the investigation, they added that to the Epstein files. So if you've been reading the Epstein files with me and you haven't read that article, it's in there. It's in there. And the article gives you a lot of facts. Did y'all know Epstein has so much money? Money. Look, watch that, boo. Okay. Money, right? He had a house. They say a house up in, I think, Upper East Side of Miami. I mean, Manhattan. My bad. This place that he had up in Manhattan was so luxury that it had a heated sidewalk. A heated sidewalk. I ain't even know you can get nothing like that. I'm like, I ain't got no money. I've been poor for too long for me not to have a heated sidewalk. I need a heated sidewalk. Don't none of my kids shovel the snow. Y'all feel me, huh? I need a heated sidewalk. How do you get a heated sidewalk? Y'all feel me? So he had that in New Mexico. He had a 27,000 square foot ranch. You hear me? It had 10 acres. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a little house, the 27,000 square feet. Then he had 10 more acres around their ranch in New Mexico. That's a lot of his traveling. He traveled from the United States to New Mexico. Y'all think Epstein dead? Okay. So, they said that compound or whatever that he got in New Mexico is said to be the biggest. The biggest. You feel me? Over in Mexico now. We ain't talking about here in the United States. We talking about over there. You hear me? Huh? And then in Palm Beach, he had the house that sat right there on the front. And he had that island over there in the Virgin Islands. Now, this is just a few of his properties they talking about. We don't know about all of them. You feel me? Offshore properties. Y'all feel me, huh? He had long money, friend. He had stupid money one-on-one. Look, man. Made me shiver just by thinking about it. You feel me? That's why, you know, like, I ain't trying to be funny. But if he would have had my group of girls up there, then he'd still be in business. Because we was fast. See? You had to have fast girls up there. The ones that was 15, 16 at the club with me in Detroit would have been his friend. See? People don't know. You have to have people that's in that kind of situation. So let's talk about the beginning, because this is how this article started off. It talk about Bill Clinton in the beginning. It tell you that Bill Clinton met Epstein in 1995. But at the time when he met Epstein, they wasn't friends. See, Epstein was a brilliant man, quiet and weird. And he did things to his own effect. I believe a lot of people that he pushed his money on and made them come around him to receive these photos and to give and become these people friends. So he meet Bill Clinton. This is allegedly the story. He decided to invite Bill out. And I guess that's probably when Chris Tucker and I think Costner or whatever, I'll find out later on, went out there and flew that jet over in Africa. See? Did y'all hear what I said? See, he used to fly his plane over in Africa, where a lot of underage girls is. And let's be frank, Oprah, in January 2nd, 2007, South Africa, she promised Nelson Mandela in 2000 that she gonna use her money to build a school, which was $40 million, okay? A boarding school designed for only accomplished and gifted girls. So you ain't gonna be no riffraff or no rubbish going to Oprah school. Oprah was called to say that whatever they call him, what they call him, let me see. The person that's in charge, the maitre d', whoever, the one that was supposed to be on the floor, got alleged that he was abusing and whatever to these kids. So Oprah had to shut her business down. Yeah, wait a minute. I think this is my son. 1 minute. Hey, bro. How you get here? You did? You couldn't wait, huh? You couldn't wait, huh? Hey, bro. See your mama on her YouTube. Say hi to my people. I got him, y'all. My baby don't like to be on the camera. Y'all feel me? That's my oldest. Y'all feel me? That's my oldest coming to get his baby. So we gonna keep it moving, y'all. We gonna keep it moving. So Epstein donated to a lot of prestigious schools and places. Now, allegedly, Oprah Winfrey's name has not came up in the public with the Epstein files. But allegedly, a lot of people paid to get their names redacted from that Epstein files. See, everybody think it's teenagers and stuff that was redacted from there. That's not the truth. My understanding is that a lot of people paid big money to get themselves redacted from this Epstein file. You feel me? Which was one was Leon Black. Leon Black is he used to be, I think, a CEO of a firm, a big law firm, you know. But for some reason, his name is the only one that's been leaked to know that he paid the Virgin Islands over $65.2 million. So no charges will never be brought up against him. See, Tyler Perry and a few more other people names has been mentioned with Epstein, but not allegedly with no wrongdoing. But if for some reason these people are being accused of allegations, and guess what? They are being brought up on all kind of assumptions. Y'all feel what I'm saying, huh? How I know that? What you talking about? Okay, let me break it down to you how I know that. Let me show you why I know that. Okay, so I don't want nobody to think that I'm up here. I don't play no games. I did this in the beginning. When I first started doing my social media buzz, I used to be half-baked. I didn't know everything I was talking about. I talk about what TMZ talk about. I talk about what the stuff I seen on TikTok. I would never ever investigate it, but not no more. You don't have to worry about that no more. I get down and dirty with it now. I know how to do it. See, I learned that from Tisha Tales and Messy Sweet Pot and whatever them other people, Tasha K. You know, Tasha K got her own crew. So she don't have to do what I do right now. You know, one day I'm going to be able to, you know, expand and don't have to do all the work neither. But right now I'm doing all the work, baby. You know what I'm saying? So you can also do the work too. So you're going to go on this site right here. You hear what I'm saying? You're going to go on this site, right? You're going to go on this site and you're going to bring up all type of stuff. So the Epstein, let's see, let me show y'all some stuff. Okay. I don't want to download no files. We're just going to view a few. Let's see, can we view a few? See, a lot of files is like this, y'all. In there, right? These are all files. You hear me? Them files. I'm just going to push one. You have to bring it up. You have to look at the file. The file tell you what it is. It tell you what it is. It tell you what in it. It's awesome. I'm loving it. You hear what I'm saying? I'm loving it. I'm telling you. Files. It tell you. See, you can see what they got. You can see what they got inside the evidence. It's there. Everything is there. You hear what I'm saying? Huh? You just gotta be able to use you gotta be able to use the site right. That's all. See, it tell you all of them. You got a whole thing of files, right? So these is his files. Let's go back. Let's go. Let's see what they got up under here. Let's see what's in here. Okay. Let's see what he got right here. I didn't look at this. Oh, shoot. I found something. Oh, shoot. They even got the table of contact addresses and telephone numbers to all the people that's been mentioned. I didn't even know that. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Look at that. You see it? Huh? You feel me? It was something that I was looking for in here, dog. So now they got the court records in here as well. You hear what I'm saying? So you can bring up the court records, right? And it'll tell you Jane Doe. Here, Jane Doe, 17 versus Epstein. You feel me? All the people that's versing him is right here, y'all. Here go all the court workers right here. Now, they name not mentioned, but you can read what they accusing this man of. You can read what they saying. You know what I'm saying? So you can read that. So let's go back to talking about some of the stuff that they are saying. And let's talk about really in depth on how Epstein got found out. See, her name was Haley. Haley is a young lady, and let me go back to her stuff so I can look back at her and make sure. Her name is Robson. And she actually is the one who started this investigation. Not on purpose. It's the people that she picked to come with her. See, she used to get paid to recruit her friends from high school and whatever. And she allegedly recruited this 14-year-old girl that mouth was maybe a little bit too big. And let's just keep it real. All young girls not into the massages. So allegedly, she 18 at the time that she telling us, which is, but she was 14 and 15 when she was bringing these girls back to Epstein. You hear what I'm saying? She was getting paid they was getting paid $300 to $200 for a massage. You hear what I'm saying? So there's one particular girl that she brought back to the island. 14 years old, she get paid $300 to strip down to nothing but her stuff and to give, they don't say the name of the person, a massage while he, you feel what I'm saying? Huh? So they telling you this in the files. You feel what I'm saying? How do I know what's going on if I didn't read it? You feel what I'm saying? So when she get home, I guess they on the phone or whatever, and they talking about it. And she like, I always get this much for the massage, whatever. So the other mother, that mother eavesdropping on them, she hear them talking. So she get like, what the fuck? And she called the other mother, like, I think I just heard them saying that they been up at this rich man house giving him massages. You hear me? And I'm just saying what I can't say. And so the mother, like, like, you for real, you know what I'm saying? So these is two mamas that don't play this. You hear what I'm saying? So that mama decided to call Palm Beach right then and there. Now, that was in 2005. That was in 2005. When you go and look at a lot of things on why that probably didn't happen, because guess what? Epstein donated $100,000 to the Palm Beach police that month, that week. Did you see that, friend? Yeah, it's on one of the files. It's a big old receipt. He donated. You ain't even put on your stuff yet, dog.
I got my shoes on.
No, ain't nothing.
I want to put on my jacket.
But you ain't gonna miss me or nothing?
It's on.
You need to be putting on that other jacket on up under there, because I think you and your daddy about to get back on that bus.
What jacket?
Y'all about to hop in the Uber? Okay, well, go ahead. Put that on.
Okay.
Okay. At 1. What you bring me? You bring me some goodies? Okay, just leave me something. You got me some money? My Cash App messed up. So you need to send it to your brother Cash App. Yeah. Y'all Cash App said we want that phone. We want that phone. You feel me? We'll talk about that. That's another story. But anyway, y'all, Epstein got receipts where he was donating to the Palm Beach Police Department. You hear me? I'm telling y'all. Look, the man was donating everywhere. Let me show y'all what he was donating to, because I had wrote that down too, y'all. Feel me? So, let me see. Where did I write that down at? I want to make sure that I wrote it down. So, 2 former employees is also helping the feds. It's in there. It's Max. Well, she ain't. I realized 101 through her testimony, she really trying to get herself out of trouble. But that's not going to work. You feel what I'm saying? She ain't going to get out of no trouble. She already got them 20 years, y'all, which I think she got 20 years in 2022. So she don't get out to July 2037. But as of December the 25th, her lawyer filed a petition to have her conviction overturned. And I got up under there. Good luck with that. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you listen to her testimony, she not telling no good stuff. She all of a sudden is, I don't have no recollection, or that might could have happened. Like, this ain't the testimony that they took you out of jail for. I'm just saying, y'all, if I was a federal, I would be really upset with this long boot. She talked about nothing. And everything she talked about didn't even, it wasn't juicy. Y'all feel me? It was more juicy in the court. You got it? Yeah, don't leave it. You got your headphones too? Huh?
No, I'm about to get them.
You got your watch?
Yes, it's in my backpack.
All right. His watch it's a little piece on there that's missing and it won't stay on his wrist. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. You know, like y'all, look, it happens like this, you know what I'm saying? This is real content. I ain't about to stop my lab. We're just going to keep it moving. You feel what I'm saying? I got a visit for my baby. I love you, too. I love you, man. Give me a kiss and a hug. Granny, love you, man.
I love you too.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Y'all feel me? So, y'all, anyway, y'all be careful out there. All right, I love y'all. I'll call you when I get off of here. Okay. So, okay, y'all, now my words can be a little bit more loose. Y'all feel me? You hear me? Y'all feel I get a little loose in the verse. So anyway, y'all, the former employees, only 2 of them, that's what they say. They don't give you no names or nothing. But they are actually helping them put this investigation together. So they saying that this man was hungry. He had 2 to 3 massages a day. 2 to 3 a day. Y'all feel me? Like, who can even, like, I mean, like, that's addiction. That's a straight up addiction, and couldn't nobody feed that. That man was hungry. You feel what I'm saying? For the stuff that he do. Now, a lot of people ain't talking about Trump. And I did vote for Trump a long time ago when Trump first became but when Trump got into office that first time, Trump just messed over a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And then, he a cheater. You know what I'm saying? Let's just think about how he really do his wife out loud and we don't talk about that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So when Trump did an interview about Epstein, he tell the people, he said Epstein is a cool guy. He said Epstein like pretty young women like I do. You feel me? See, why we ain't talking about that? You hear what I'm saying? Why we not talking about the quotes and the things and the stuff? You know what I'm saying? So he do things to get people involved with him. So allegedly, he invited Bill Clinton to this big old charity event that I guess he decided, I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay for your plate. You know what I'm saying? And let's just keep it real. Bill Clinton is sitting there with somebody. I can't show y'all. Let's see. Maybe I can. He is sitting there with somebody, but they got her ass blacked out. So y'all mean to tell me that it's okay for the president or the ex-presidents of the United States to be in pictures with underage girls? Y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? Look, y'all got to look in the files. Like, I can't show everything because some of the content will get me demonetized, you know what I'm saying, with this video, you know what I'm saying? So I do want this video to make some revenue, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things I can't share, and then I dropped a few snippets of photos on my YouTube, but I didn't drop them all. See, it's like 17 good photos in the Epstein files that you be like, hold on. And why the hell do Chris Tucker keep showing up in all these Epstein photos? Chris Tucker and they're like, yay and hey and all that. And then turned around, y'all. I haven't heard from David Copperfield in over 20 years. Now, I don't know if y'all have, but David Copperfield used to be my boy. You feel what I'm saying? But he used to always have some weird stuff going on with him. You know what I'm saying? I always thought he was weird because he David Copperfield. You feel what I'm saying? But then I done seen him being carried by Epstein girlfriend like a baby. Y'all feel me? See, you be wondering why people fall off the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Epstein had people put in position, I think, for him to blackmail them. Now, when she talking about this, she not saying that. Now, y'all, I don't know if we going to be able to listen to this. Y'all feel me? But I'm really tempted to put on this. Okay, so in this conversation, I'm going to try to do it. In this part of the interview, she's coming. I don't know if I can listen to the beginning. What you think, 101? I don't think I can listen to her first part of her testimony. Because she talking about a lot of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? But, it's some things I think we can listen to that first. I think we can listen to that the second day. What you think? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I think that we might can listen to the second. Let's see. Let's see, y'all. Let's see, can we do this? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see, can we listen to a little bit of the conversation? Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see, you know what I'm saying? Let's just see. Nah, also, I wanted to know, what is that weird stuff? Why is they showing us that whole 24 hours the day before he was supposed to allegedly be found unalive in his jail cell 101, but they not showing us him coming out that cell? Like, when is they gonna open the door in this video and we see him come out of there? You hear me? They showing us this thing, and this supposed to be, y'all, allegedly nobody at his door all day. So allegedly, he's supposed to have did this to himself. That's what they saying, because people saying it's foul play, but that's not that type of foul play that people is saying. He a billionaire. He can make anything look like that. How do we know that that recording is from that day? When you got AI can change them dates and times when you want them to. That don't have to be the same day that, you hear me? But then what happened to people coming and check on people? Because I don't see him come out of there. You hear me? Even if he got a 24-hour lockdown and he let out 1 hour, did you see him being let out that 1 hour in that video? Well, maybe you didn't watch it that long. But I kind of like did it real slow. Because I wasn't going to watch it that long. But I was waiting on some action. And I end up seeing some action, but it was somebody cleaning up the hallway. And then I kept going some more. I don't see them opening up that door. I don't see them opening up that door. I don't see them. And what they fail to realize is that this man was allegedly weird to a lot of people that testify. Really quiet. You hear me? And guess what he liked to collect? 101. Did you read about that? He collected a lot of stuff. But scientists, y'all hear what I'm saying? He collected a lot of scientists on his way out of here. Yeah, this is what they saying in the thing. They ain't saying, they saying he collect scientists like he was collecting comic books. And y'all think this man is unalive? Nah. He was collecting them scientists for some type of reason. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? He got money that this man got money on top of money. He got money that can talk him to any kind of situation or to any type of situation. He got a new face. He got a new Epstein life somewhere else. And still a rich man, though. But he ain't looking the same. You hear what I'm telling y'all? He ain't even molecularly the same person no more, wherever he at. But that's just my opinion. And me personally, I might be sounding a lot of crazy. And they like, this girl, this man. No, this man not. You got to read them Epstein files. It was a private investigator that ended up taking over for Epstein. The private investigator was going around telling all the alleged victims what to say in the court to get them throughout. Did y'all hear what I said? He had paid somebody to say that these kids, and that's how a dirtbag he is, that they was lying. Like they wanted to hang out at his house. Like they wanted to give him massages. That's how dirty Epstein was. He got a investigator to make these women try to look like, discredit their characters. Y'all hear me? And I believe they got DNA evidence from somebody. I gotta look. Somebody had DNA evidence of his ass. You feel me? They said he even sent roses to a 16-year-old girl for Christmas. He sent her bouquet of roses. They said he gave away rental cars to the young girls like they was nothing. He gave out 200 bonus staff, 200 every year for Christmas to the staff. Of course, the staff the ones who know all the dirt. You hear me? Good morning, friend. Good morning, beautiful friend. Good morning, everybody that's coming on. Good morning. They said the women that came into the Epstein home was treated like royalty. That the staff had money on site just to get them. Like Diddy walking around with the fanny packs and just give me a hit, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever he was doing, They said Epstein staff was just walking around with lots of money. I ain't trying to be funny, but why he ain't invite me? You feel me? When I was 16, 17, I was ready. I'm just saying I can speak for myself. Not for what my mama was thinking, but I'm talking about what I was thinking. You feel what I'm saying? What I was thinking. Not what my mama was thinking, but what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, like P, please, you know what I'm saying? Your brother gone. Let's see. Man. So when they found out, y'all, because I'm going to try to listen to a little bit of this. We're going to listen to a little bit. So, y'all, when you go to look on that site, and it's for people that want to look, you're going to go into Maxwell Files. Maxwell Files, right? She the one that's actually supposed to be the girlfriend of Epstein and, hiring all these people. But her testimony is important, but to me, she just lying. She just lying. She not telling the truth, because she trying to get herself out of trouble. She don't want to do 20 years, But for 30 years, you collected all these millions of dollars to exploit these women. You do your time. You do your time. And then she not doing no rough time. She's still in the countryside of the, you know what I'm saying? She's still on the high end of jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she got big screen TVs and remotes and stuff. She got microwave, you know what I'm saying? She's still a millionaire doing 20 years. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So you just look through here and then it'll tell you, like, it's an interview transcript. You can read that. But me personally, I like to listen because I be doing stuff. Then you got a testing. So them not videos. So if you push then you hear them saying testing, that's not a video. You want to go down to the actual day apart. It's a day part 1. Day part 2. That's what you want to listen to. You don't want to listen to all the other stuff. So me personally, I'm still on day 2 of part 1, but I've been listening to it and I have to stop it. I'm thinking that we can listen to part 2, friend, day 2, because she not really talking too much stuff. But Elon Musk's name gonna be mentioned in this, and I think we gonna wait a minute.
We are resuming from break, and the time is 10:49.
Let's try it, y'all. Let's try it.
Good morning. Today is Friday, July 25th.
Can y'all hear it?
Time is 9:24 a.m. My name is Spencer R. Horn. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge of FBI.
Wait a minute. So, this is Maxwell. This is her second day of testimony. I can't really share the first day of her testimony. Because the first day of her testimony, she's speaking with a lot of words that you cannot use on your social media platforms, if I'm not mistaken. But in this one that I'm listening to, which I have already listened to this first part, and we're going to listen to it together, then we're going to stop it. You know what I'm saying? But I just want y'all to listen to a few little things of it because I got something to do right here. And I want y'all to listen to it for a little bit because I want to really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But this is her trying to clear up her name. Now, she done already been sentenced, you know, with this. She's talking about in this. She already doing 20 years. This is allegedly her trying to come out and get a reduced sentence. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all listen to her, y'all gonna be like me, like, girl, you ain't telling nothing. You ain't saying nothing. You hear me? So let's get into it.
FBI New York, and we are here for a recorded proffer agreement with Ms. Maxwell.
Good morning. Good morning, Ms. Maxwell. How are you?
Good morning.
Good. So the proffer agreement we signed yesterday, there's a place on it for us to all kind of initial. It's exactly the same document, and you'll see your signature. If you can just initial right to the left of right here, right there, and then Mr. Marcus will initial as well. And just to kind of, before we get going, I'll just say that exactly the same folks that were here when we met yesterday
Can y'all hear
are
it?
here today. So I'm not going to do formal introductions because it's exactly the same group of folks. So we're continuing, Ms. Maxwell, our discussion of yesterday, and the same kind of rules apply. If you will take breaks, if you need to talk to Mr. Marcus or your lawyers, absolutely no problem. Just let me know.
Can y'all hear it a
I'll try
little?
to ask my questions in a coherent manner, but if there's anything that I say that's confusing, definitely interrupt me.
Let me see, y'all. I turned the computer off. Let's see, can we still hear it, though? I just want y'all to hear the first part of what she's saying. I hope y'all can hear it. Let me know. Let me bring it down. Wait 1 minute. Y'all, they might not let me listen to it on here. I just thought
Good
about
morning. Today is Friday, July 25th. The time is 9:24 a.m.
it. What was it?
Beyond that time.
Wait a minute.
We met at the Oscars.
No, we're not gonna hear her.
What year was that? Earlier?
Let me see.
Thousands?
I think it was it would have been
Can y'all hear her?
time.
Let me see.
Freestyle. And that in
Can y'all hear her?
Good morning. Today is Friday, July 25th.
I can hear him real good, but I can't hear her real good. Can y'all hear her real good?
Spencer R. Horn, I'm the Assistant
can't hear
Special
her.
Agent in charge of FBI New York, and we are here for a recorded
Oh, you can hear it?
agreement
Okay,
with
friend.
Ms. Maxwell.
Good morning. Good morning, Ms. Maxwell. How are you?
good morning.
So the proffer agreement we signed yesterday, there's a place on it for us to all kind of initial. It's exactly the same document, and you'll see your signature. If you can just initial right to the left of right here, right there, and then Mr. Marcus will initial as well. And just to kind of before we get going, I'll just say that exactly the same folks that were here when we met yesterday are here today. So I'm not going to do formal introductions because it's exactly the same group of folks. So we're continuing, Ms. Maxwell, our discussion of yesterday, and same kind of rules apply. If you will take breaks, if you need to talk to Mr. Marcus or your lawyers, absolutely no problem. Just let me know.
Nah, in this conversation in the beginning, y'all, she gonna try to clear up some things that she said in the previous conversation. But guess what? It wasn't nothing to clear up. She had said what she said.
I'll try to ask my questions in a coherent manner, but if there's anything that I say that's confusing, definitely interrupt me.
I will. Thank you.
So I think the easiest thing to start with is there anything that we talked about yesterday that...
See, they ain't gonna let me play it. See, that's what it is. They not gonna let me play it, y'all. They not gonna let me play it on this device, I think. Because, let me see. Let's see, y'all. Let's see one bit. Let me see, y'all. Oh, God. They ain't gonna let me listen to it on there, y'all. I don't think. Let's see. Let's see if we can listen to it on another device, y'all. Because this is that's I know what that is. Y'all, that's the email on there. That's a kid email. They not gonna let me listen to it. I kind of figured that, but I tried it anyway. Y'all feel me? So let's just try. Let me go into my son's phone and switch into my email. Yeah, and let's do it like that. We're gonna listen to it. So let's switch into my email on my son's stuff. Let me see the Epstein files. Epstein library already there. Yeah, so we should be able to listen to it here. And then again, they doing the same thing. Let's see, y'all, but we're going to try it again. Let's see. Let's just see. Let me just see what she was talking about the first day, y'all. Let's just see, can we hear it? I want to see, because I'm thinking that she talking some really crazy stuff.
24th. This will be a recording of a proffer agreement of Ghislaine Maxwell from the Deputy Attorney General, DOJ, and the time is currently 9:16.
Okay, y'all, let's see. Let's see.
I'm going to ask him to put the name on the record.
Just a little bit. This phone
Good
louder
morning.
too.
My name is Assistant Special Agent in Charge Spencer Horn of FBI New York. Today we're doing a proffer of Ms. Maxwell.
Okay, this switched off, y'all. I'm just trying it. This is day one of her testimony. If she get to talking too much crazy stuff, we're gonna hurry up and shut it off. And then we're gonna go into the other one that I know that we can listen to. But we're gonna try it.
The date is July 24th, and the time is 10:12 a.m. This interview is being recorded.
And my name is Todd Blanche. I'm the Deputy Attorney General. And before we start formally asking questions of Ms. Maxwell, I'm going to put on the record everybody that's in this room in addition to me. Starting with you, Diego.
Diego Pastana, Associate Deputy Attorney General.
And then you heard from Special Agent in Charge Horn. Mark Beard from the United States Marshal Service is here as well. And then David.
Yes, this is David Oscar Marcus, and I'm counsel for Ghislaine Maxwell.
My name is Thea Safian, and I'm counsel for Ghislaine Maxwell.
My name is Melissa Madrigal, and I'm counsel for Ghislaine Maxwell.
Go ahead.
And I'm Ghislaine Maxwell.
Good morning, Ms. Maxwell. How are you?
Good morning.
Okay, so before we started recording, we met for a few minutes. I introduced myself, and we chatted, and now I told you that we were going on the record. And before we start asking questions, I know that you've been given by your lawyer a copy of what's called a proffer agreement. And I just want to spend 2 minutes.
What is that?
Making sure that you.
I didn't look up that. What is a proper agreement?
What governs our conversation today? The most important part
Tell
of this
me
agreement
101.
is that this isn't a cooperation agreement, meaning that by you meeting with us today, we're really just meeting. I'm not promising to do anything. I'm not promising to ask Judge Nathan or any of the judges that's been assigned to your case to do anything. We're just talking. And
He
so
said
that's
he
the
ain't
most
promised nothing.
important part of this agreement. However, almost as important is the fact that what this agreement does for you is it gives you protection. So what it means is that the government cannot use what you say today against you, with some exceptions, which we'll talk about in a minute. But whatever you talk about today, you have what's called immunity. So that means that the words that you say today, we cannot use against you in a case in chief if we were ever to bring one. Okay?
Thank you.
There's exceptions to that. The most meaningful one of which is that if you say something today that's not true, that's a lie, we can bring a prosecution against you for what's called false statements. So I'm a federal officer. I have several officers here. The FBI is here, and if you lie to someone that's like me or like Special Agent Horn, it's a crime. So you have to be truthful. The other exception to this that doesn't necessarily apply directly to you, but if there ever was a retrial in your case, or if there ever was a criminal case, a future criminal case against you, and your lawyer or you said something different or took a position that's different than what you say today, we can then cross-examine you or witness based upon what you say today. So it's a little bit nuanced, meaning I can't use what you say against you in our case in chief. However, if you were to testify, or if your lawyer called a witness to testify, and they said something that is totally different than what you say today, we could then cross-examine you or the witness and say, hey, do you remember when we met with Miss Maxwell back in July of 2025? She told us, and then say what she said. Okay?
I understand.
Okay. Other than that, I know you didn't have a lot of time this morning to meet with Mr. Marcus, but did you have a chance to go over this briefly with him?
I did.
Okay. All right. So I've already signed it, as has Special Agent Horn, and Mr. Marcus signed it as well. So you got a pen? Please sign it right where it says clients. Yep. And I will provide a copy of this to your lawyers so you guys have it. Okay. Thank you. So, Ms. Maxwell, about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago,
You see the light blinking on there? On the Sony. Yeah, there it is.
okay, we're just confirming that it works, and it does. Ms. Maxwell, I guess about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, Mr. Marcus reached out to me and said that you wanted to speak with somebody from the government about not only your case, but about everything that's been in the media and that's been publicized about Mr. Epstein in your case.
That is true, and I did speak to him, and I did ask him did tell him that I was very keen to talk to anyone, because no one from the government at any time ever since the inception of the case, so dating back to the early 2000s, has ever spoken to me, and indeed I believe ever reached out to me at any time to even speak to me, and that includes up to when I was indicted and prosecuted. I believe that, or I understand, I should say rather, that my attorneys at the time did tell the government that I wanted to speak to them because I was very keen to meet with anyone so that I could tell or have them ask me any question. I've never had any problem to speak to anybody, and I offered myself, and I kept asking if they would meet with me so that I could talk to them, and for whatever reason, that was not happening.
Okay. I have questions that I want to ask you, but I'm not, if there's a question that I'm not asking that you think should be asked, I invite you to volunteer. Same thing goes to your lawyer. Just to start a little bit, very briefly, can you talk about when you first met Mr. Epstein? I know that goes back a while, and just very generally talk about your relationship with Mr. Epstein from the time you met him all the way up until his death.
I met Mr. Epstein in 1991.
Hold on, wait a minute. They not gonna let us do it all the way. So she met him in 1991, and she's saying she was like 30 years old when she met him. But it don't seem logic that he would pick a woman at that age if that's not what he liked. Y'all, wait a minute, y'all. This didn't play. So, y'all, maybe they not letting us play because they maybe know that I'm doing something with it. Because I ain't never had this problem while listening to this. It ain't never stopped. It always kept going. You know what I'm saying? So let's just see what's going on with that. But this thing might not let me listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just listening. When I go on here, friend, have they ever asked you, was you a robot? Because I ain't never had that part asked to me coming on this site. So maybe too many people clicking it, or I don't know. I don't know what's going on, y'all. But I actually ain't never had this problem where that it stops. You know what I'm saying? I actually see this is what it's asking me, friend. When I get on there, did it do you like that? Huh? Cause it's doing me wrong. Look at that. Y'all see that? Huh? But they don't want us to talk about, y'all. I know what we was at. We was at 7 minutes, and we was at 7:88. I always do that, y'all. I always look at the time, all the time. Let's see.
I've never heard of him or met him before, and no one in my family has ever either.
She said she ain't never heard of Epstein at the time, or nobody in her family at the time.
Where did you meet him?
I had a girlfriend who I moved to America briefly I moved to America in 1990.
Okay.
Moved, that's a big word. I'd come to visit America in 1990. I had been running my own company up until that time.
So she met Epstein friend in 1991, but introduced him to Bill Clinton in 95?
There's a company called Maxwell's Corporate Gifts, and I had also been working for my father at the time. I had multiple jobs with him. I was in 1990. I was working with a new company of his, a new newspaper that he was launching called The European, and I was in charge of launching a magazine to go with the European. And I was traveling at that time from England to America because my father was looking to, he'd also bought Macmillan, the publishing house, and he had purchased the New York Daily News. And it's true to say that my father always wanted me to come back full-time and work for him, but that's a much longer story. I don't think we need to go into it this time. So.
But wait a minute, friend. What did she do? What was she working for him to do? She was just doing she was his personal assistant? Like, I don't get it. Like, what was she doing? Like, what was she working for Epstein for? She had to be just coming in to do that, right? To recruit, right? And she just making up this other stuff, right? Let me see. I think she just making up this other stuff. Yeah, she just making it up. Let me see. Where was we at? I don't know what's going on with the site today, y'all. They not letting me play this site today. They not letting me play this site today. So I don't know what's going on with that. No. Let me see what this is, y'all. This little flat, I'ma get him. He getting on my nerves. So they not gonna let me listen to it. So it says that, oh no, that's for me. If I feel like things are said in here and posted, I need to report it to this certain website. But they not letting me play this, y'all. They not letting me play this on my stuff today, y'all. Now, I'm telling you, I'm going to be really upset if I can't listen to the rest of it. Now, because I done got down to, let me show y'all. Because they not letting me get on here. They might then locked it up. Look, they even got it again. Let's say we not a robot. So we can open it back up. So they open it back up. You feel me? So let's see. So, for everybody, you going to go to the redacted disclosures. That's where you going to go at to find her conversation at. you going to go down up in there. And you're going to find her conversation right up in here. You feel me? But it looked like maybe, and I want to say this because this is not my loop, not my URL, that I'm going to say this is why they keep stopping this, because these are my kids' devices, and I did switch off from my son's to mine, but sometimes I have to cut his phone off to reset it to make it be my phone. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to say the reason why they not letting me listen to this on these servers is because I am on a team Google account. That's what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? And I got my iPhone I'm using, which is I'm going live on. That's what I usually listen to it with. And I share it to my AirPlay, so it's coming out my TV. You feel what I'm saying? So I have it really loud and big in the house like the radio. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you like, subscribe to my channel, y'all. Feel me? Especially if y'all not subscribed to my channel, because this channel gonna get more magnificent throughout this year. Y'all feel me? Don't try to act like it ain't tax time. Don't try to act like people ain't going to invest in their business. You feel me? I'm going to invest in my business. The first thing I need to do is get me better lighting. I got a good light, but I need another light. I need a better laptop. You feel me? I need the Mac. Y'all feel me? So then I'm broke. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So I got to get me a Mac and a light to get on track. And then I feel like I'm doing something. You feel what I'm saying? Even though I got a lot more other stuff to add, you know, but that's the most important part. And to get a camera, y'all, to get a camera. Now, my brother sent me a camera, $500, and he said that's probably the best I'm going to get to be a beginner. You feel what I'm saying? So we're going to begin with that camera. And hopefully that camera got me looking like fire. Y'all feel me? Huh? So that part right there. But sometimes my stuff just don't go the way it need to go because my equipment not right. You feel what I'm saying? Huh? You hear me? Better things coming, friend. You feel me? Better things coming for me and you. You feel me? Because remember, I want you to get on up here and join me. It's time for you to get your YouTube channel up. You know what I'm saying? I seen you been had that YouTube channel for a long time. You feel what I'm saying? And you was doing good content, and then you just stopped. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm here in your life in 2026 to motivate you. You know what I'm saying? To let's do this. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to collaborate with, and we need to be ready. You know what I'm saying? To go up against the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I done tried to collaborate with Tasha K. I done tried to collaborate with The Breakfast Club, Messy T Spot, whatever her name is, Tisha, Tails, you know, all the top ones that do my niche. You hear me? And they not collaborating. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to just get in here. And like Steve Harvey said, you got to put the dog in you. You feel what I'm saying? You got to get what you want. You got to get out here and serve it up cold. Then you got to serve it up cold. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just letting my audience know that I'm serving shit cold up here. You know what I'm saying? We on some full time. You feel me? But we working on it. You know what I'm saying? We got everything we need over here. We might not have everything we want over here, but we got everything that we need over here. You feel what I'm saying? And when you got the things that you need, your head gonna always be up high. You know what I'm saying? So that part right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just waiting on you to let me know. Because in reality, friend, you need to be trying to... I'm tired of this little... Y'all, this embarrassing. You feel what I'm saying? He embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the same time, I'm trying to... You need to inbox me on... We need to get more connected other than this one. We need to be connected on my Facebook Messenger and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we can actually talk about stuff. You know what I'm saying? That I'm gonna be talking about before I come live. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually wanted to talk to you a few times in these 24 hours we waiting for me to go live, but I didn't know how to get in touch with you. I didn't have your email or nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So that part, you know, the email. My email is johnsonmonica636@gmail.com. And that's lowercase. You know what I'm saying? So you can get in touch with me, and then me and you can connect with telephone numbers and all our social media platforms, so we can, you know, let's link up. You know what I'm saying? You know, you like my energy, I like your energy. Let's go ahead and share the energy out here, and let's get paid. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. You know what I'm saying? It's just it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? In what our purpose is. Sometimes your purpose come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Inspiration come from anybody. You know what I'm saying? I have walked throughout my life like Bernie Mac, slapping all kind of inspiration out of my life. And now I'm like, oh, that's what they were saying. Oh, that's what she was saying. You know, so, you know, that part right there. You feel what I'm saying? You know, that part right there. Okay, yeah, just send me an email, friend, so we can contact. And then also, you can give me some critiques. You know what I'm saying? You can help me brush up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that part right there, because I take criticism. You know what I'm saying? Criticism. Now, I don't take nobody trying to, you know, that boo it. But I do take criticism. You know what I'm saying? You know, I take criticism. And it's a lot of things that I do want to discuss on this platform, but I want some input, you know, on some of the things that I maybe should say and not say. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it, y'all. That's why you have to get you a good moderator. You know what I'm saying? I got a good moderator, and I got a good friend, I think, out of my moderator. So that part right there. So, y'all, moving on along, you know, aside of the Epstein files and some of the things that we are not able to listen to at this time. In the conversation that I've been trying to get us to listen to, they going to ask her about Elon Musk. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? Now, I don't know why, because when we heard him, he said it's going to be a pattern of questions that I'm going to be asking you for a significant reason, and I just want you to actually answer by yourself. He said, I'm not going to ask you certain questions you probably want me to ask you. He said, so I'm giving you the opportunity to tell me them answers yourself. So he going to ask her about Elon Musk. And she say, you know, like, she do know Mr. Musk. You know, she started getting really proper about him. And she say, I really don't, you know too much of his business side, you know. And then she mentioned his brother, another Musk. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that's the one that she really know is Elon Musk's mother. But we didn't Elon Musk brother. You feel me? So I didn't ever get no farther, friend. Maybe you did. And what he really asked her about Elon Musk. But y'all just don't know. It's a lot of people names that is actually coming up in this thing. Let me see, can I find this right quick? Also, they got like I said, log receipts. This man was traveling with Bill Clinton from different places, like different on boats, but they don't tell you the name of the person that was in them travelings, because I believe them are underage girls. You know what I'm saying? I believe that them underage girls was the ones that was traveling. Y'all feel me? Let me see. So they said after the investigation, they said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in his cell at a Metropolitan Correctional Facility in New York, August the 10th, 2019. They don't say nothing about nobody. They do say an autopsy was founded in the U.S. whatever exam 2019, and I don't think that's the truth. Like I still would like to see them bring the body out of the. First off, because if you are officer and you went in there and you found Epstein hanging, you came in there with your camera on. I want to see that video. I want to see the video, and I'm sorry that I want to see it, and I don't know. I'm just nosy, and I'm nosy for a reason. But I want to see the actual him hanging there. I want to see them pick him up. I want to see the face. I want to see him. I want to see it. You feel what I'm saying? Because y'all, look, if a man with this much money can just fake his own and get a new face and go live another life, y'all. Y'all feel me? This man was collecting scientists. What was he collecting scientists for? Somebody tell me that. Like, what would you, and with all that money, if you not about to do nothing with these scientists, why would you be collecting them? Right. You feel me? Good morning, friend. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. But why would you be collecting these scientists? I mean, they say he would collect the scientists like you collect a comic book. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody gonna look into why he was collecting the scientists. No, they not. Because the government already know what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. It said the conclusion that Epstein died by suicide is further supported by a video footage from the area of the special housing unit where Epstein was housed at the time of the death. Is redacted. Shut up! This is land. Explains in 2020 anyone entering or attempt to enter the footage. Oh, so you can't even see the footage. You can't even get in it. It's been redacted. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? We reading it right now, y'all. Let me look. It says it's been redacted. Can y'all see that? It's been redacted. That footage has been redacted from where anybody can see it. Ain't that something, y'all? Because I was always wondering that. Like, why we ain't seen nobody? Why we didn't see them take it down? Y'all, that's don't make no sense. It's no reason why for us, the people, not to be able to see that. It's no reason. We see all kind of crazy stuff on the internet. Hello? Why we can't see that? You feel what I'm saying? I don't understand that. They say the FBI independent review of this footage confirmed that. They seen it. And that's all that matters. That's what they seen. And it was locked in a cell. They saying that it's confirmed that Epstein was locked in his cell around 10:40 p.m. August the 19th, 2019 until 6 a.m. the next morning. Nobody entered any of the tiers. That don't mean nothing. That don't have to be regular footage. That can be altered footage. We see it all the time on James Bond. Stop playing. It say during the review, the FBI enhanced the footage to increase the contrast, the balance and the colors, the shapes and stuff, to make sure that it was the man. No, that's not the truth. We don't see it. Hold on, let's see. Hold on. Let's see what this is. Oh, I got it right. Oh. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. So this is 7:40 p.m., y'all. This is 7:40 p.m. So they saying that he took into his cell at 10:40 p.m. Let's see. No. Let's see. See everything. See. If they lying. See. So this is what time? So this is 8. See, this is a fucking, the time is not right, y'all. Let me see. Okay. Okay, now this is 10:21 p.m. They saying that his cell was locked at 10. Let's see, can we get down there to the 10:40? 10:36. I want to see somebody lock this cell. Let's see. Y'all, I'm nosy. This don't make no sense. Let's see. That's not the truth, though. What they just locked it? They locked it from the guard station, cause they didn't have to go up there and lock it, right? They could just push a button, because it's 10:40 on here, and ain't no guard right there. Because if I'm not mistaken, if you locked up and I've been locked up, don't the guards check on you every hour or 2 hours? Don't they look in your cell to make sure you all right? Like, maybe I'm just making up stuff. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I thought that the guards check on you every hour or 2 hours. I thought that they did a walkthrough every hour. I'm going to find that out. Because if I'm not mistaken, because I done been locked up before. You feel me? And I think they walked through. Oh, they is supposed to. Yeah, he supposed to. That's what I'm saying. Like, what happened to him even being in something like this? Closed up like that. He's supposed to be, if you on suicide watch, you supposed to be naked. You hear me? Naked. You hear me? They don't give you nothing but your drawers to put on. You feel what I'm saying, huh? And they give you like this little sheet that as soon as you try to, it'll rip apart like a piece of tissue. You feel what I'm saying, huh? So I don't understand that. Only if you a man with a bunch of money and you are about to get up out this piece. You feel what I'm saying, huh? Because that man got too much money to go to jail for any amount of years. Y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? And especially the way they describe him as being really quiet you know, and laid back. The quiet people is the ones you need to look after. Them quiet people is the ones that got some stuff going on with themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Didn't y'all just hear about that 23-year-old boy that just snapped? Matter of fact, let's watch that. Let's watch that right now. I'm not about to watch it all. But I just want y'all to see this right quick. Because this is what's happening with the Epstein. This man is a quiet man. They saying that he was so intelligent. He was so brilliant to be around. This is what the lady, Glenn or whatever, Maxwell, this is what she described him as. An extraordinary man. But she about to do 20 years for this man. You feel me? But she said he extraordinary. Now, if a man that extraordinary, y'all, can y'all imagine some of the things that he got going on in his whole world that he have actually did that we don't know nothing about? Y'all, for real. So, it's viral stuff that just happened. Just killed his whole family. Killed 5 family members. And just killed the little 7-year-old or something. This stuff is not, this something that people already know. You already know somebody dark. You already know that what they are capable of doing. Here we go.
Mississippi law enforcement in Clay County, Mississippi are investigating a mass shooting that left 6 people dead, including a 7-year-old girl.
He 24.
The suspected shooter, 24-year-old Derrick Moore, is in custody. Investigators say the first shooting happened at a home Friday night. The sheriff's office says Moore allegedly shot and killed his brother, his father, and his uncle. He then allegedly stole his brother's pickup and drove to his second home. Investigators say Moore allegedly broke into the home and tried to sexually assault someone inside. He then allegedly shot and killed a 7-year-old girl who was reportedly Moore's second cousin. Moore then drove to a third location where sheriff's deputies discovered the bodies of 2 men, one of whom was a pastor. Authorities eventually captured Moore in a stolen vehicle. Moore is set to appear in court on Monday.
So y'all don't, this man got something going on. He has something going on. This is some deep, dark stuff. He even took the pastor out. What the pastor do to him? This man, 24 years old. He looked rougher than me. And when I was 24 years old, I wasn't looking that rough. Wasn't even thinking about being that rough. And a lot of other people. But this man looked like he almost 40, 50 years old. And he just snapped and went on a spree in 2026. This is one of the first sprees we done heard about. But it ain't gonna be the last one. Y'all feel me, huh? Because we overlooking these mental problems that these people have. You know, and a lot of mothers don't want their kids to be mentally challenged. So they don't ever, you know, go get no diagnosis. I stay at the doctor with all 6 of my boys. As far as I'm concerned, all of them got something going on with them. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when you're hard-headed and you don't do what your mama say do. To me, it's check. I need a check. You feel me? And I'm just saying, y'all. You feel me? But this is what's going on. You know, and I really wanted to talk about that story because it was sad. You know what I'm saying? All them people, y'all, that have to be buried in one little circle. One little circle. All that pain. And guess what? He in jail. Sedated. Under something. Y'all feel me? But he feel better about whatever decisions he made. You know what I'm saying? He feel better. And that's what me and my significant other were just talking about. People that do crime, they might be sorry afterwards. But they feel better when they getting their revenge. Or whatever, however you call it, or whatever they call it, you know what I'm saying? They feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like that girl, Feeney, here in Detroit, that unalived that mother at McDonald's. When the cops asked her in the interrogation, did she feel better after she did it? And she said, yeah. Did she mean it? Yeah. Is she probably sorry for what she did? Yeah, probably not. You know. Because now all the anger and frustration that you have when you hurt somebody, it be gone really quick. You know what I'm saying? It do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a type of person. I done did a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's how I went to jail. You know what I'm saying? You know, always a family member too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to let family members, you know, take care of their own beef. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go your ass to jail, that family member ain't coming to visit you, ain't taking that name, that messed up writ on their name or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't going to court with you no more, ain't nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So I done learned my lesson, friend. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of lessons. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really going to listen to the rest of my Epstein files today. I'm going to listen to every last one of them. You hear me? And then I'm going to actually break it down. You know, so I probably won't go live tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Then again, I don't know. It all depends, friend, on what dropped today and what I have to do. I'll decide if I go live. And you know, if I decide I'm going to go live, I'm going to schedule the live and whatever topic we're talking about. You feel what I'm saying? So I might go live tomorrow. I don't know. But I set my live for I think an hour and 30 minutes or 2 hours today. And I'm trying to actually stay into my schedule. I'm trying to give YouTube a part of me, you know what I'm saying, and my other platforms, which I don't feel like going live now. I was going to go live on TikTok and talk about mainly the same thing. But guess what? I don't really feel like it right now. But I might do it later on, friend. You feel me? Look, friend, look, before I leave off of here, I have a cousin that been locked up for 11 years. And me, my cousin, and it was just me, my brother, sister. It was us for a long time here in Michigan. It was just like 7 of us. That's how it grew up. 7 of us grew up, and then we started having children. And we started making, you know, the family bigger here in Michigan. And I'm the oldest. And my cousin, he always been a really high head, you know what I'm saying? He always been somebody that you can go get, you know what I'm saying, if you need that retaliation, whatever. But he did 11 years for falling asleep at a park light in a stolen vehicle. And he ended up doing 11 years because he was very disruptive and he just didn't want to be told what to do, you know, and that's a lot of people that goes into these prison systems and come back out the same because they don't want to be told what to do. So me and my auntie, we did whatever we could to support him them 11 years. Even when I was in my addiction, you know, he was a person that took care of me a lot when I got into my addiction. He was the person that made sure a lot of people didn't run over me when I got into my addiction. So me and him, like, we really close. He like really my brother. And I felt really sad that I couldn't save him from prison. And this goes for anybody that come across my lab and get down this lane. It's a lot of family members that you feel sad for that you just couldn't save, you know. And then you probably not supporting them as much as you need to. You feel me? And I'm just speaking from my own stuff. Because while he was coming home from prison, his mom kept getting COVID. And the week before he was supposed to have been released that week that she went in with COVID symptoms. And he had it misunderstood. And he didn't get out that week. So he got out the next week. And y'all, unfortunately, my auntie didn't make it. He didn't come back home to neither parent. His father passed away a year before my auntie passed away. So can y'all imagine some of the things that he have carried around from the time that he been at home trying to play normal and try to play like he not hurt? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I'm just thinking, you know what I'm saying? I do 11 years of my life and I come home and my mama passed away a week before I get home. See, his mama couldn't go visit him like that because they kept saying that she had something on her name They kept saying she had this warrant, but we didn't went through everything. We had went through everything to find out what this warrant at, but it wasn't there. Y'all hear what I'm saying? We didn't know where it was at. You hear me? And then she was on a disabled side, so she wasn't really a person that can drive and just go drop and do. Somebody had to drive her up there. You hear me? So he been home, and we was already under impression that he hadn't rehabilitated himself in the 11 years because he was in solitude confinement the majority of his time. So he didn't do school, he didn't do church, he didn't do nothing. And me and my auntie both knew that it was a possibility that he was going to be worser than the time he went in. You hear me? So I'm just finding out, and this is probably why y'all see my eyes a little red and stuff, and I'm a little hoarse today, because I was crying. Because I'm just finding out that he had a psychotic breakdown, and he been in jail since last Monday. I did get a call from a prison, but I missed it. And when I did try to call the number back, I just tried, you know what I'm saying it was the detention center, whatever, in Detroit. And I didn't know who it was. You know what I'm saying? Now I know who it was, and I feel really sad because he going back to jail for the things that he just did. You feel me? You know. And that's from not being rehabilitated. You feel what I'm saying? And I think it's because the family should have supported him a lot more on his 11 years locked up. See, Fitness 2 times had made a video, just made a video about his time in jail, and how people neglected him, and how he got cold up in there. You feel what I'm saying? So I was trying to explain to my family for the last 4 or 5 months what was going on with my cousin. See, I always took care of him. I always made sure he had the boxes that they want in prison and stuff. You know, my auntie, we and her going half on him, you know what I'm saying? You know, we made sure, and he appreciated me for that. But I knew, y'all, that low-key I was kind of scared of my cousin because I could see in his eyes that he was snapped. Like, he wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? That he was no nonsense. Y'all feel me? So I ain't really invite my cousin to come lay, see, a lot over here. But now I regret that because maybe I should have let him come and be around me more so I can keep him positive. Y'all feel me? Now, I probably way off with my thinking, or I probably couldn't do nothing about what he was going to do anyway. You feel me? But I'm just saying how we need to support our loved ones that be locked up. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm trying to find him, and I've been calling. And guess what, y'all? Nobody is answering the detention centers in Detroit. And I'm not lying. Go look on Facebook. I'm not the only. I done tagged our mayor in a whole post and told her to get somebody on the phones. And I know these are criminals, and y'all probably don't care about them. But they got people that love them, and we not able to check on them. You feel what I'm saying, huh? Yeah, I go there, friend. I get things done. You feel what I'm saying, huh? So I'm not able to get no type of information on him on the phone. So I guess I'm going to have to go over to the precinct or go up to the, because my theory is that he done got transported back up to Jackson and that he on quarantine. That's my theory because I haven't heard from him no more since that last phone call. But when a person in there for mental and thinking that their family have turned their back on them and they don't have nobody else, I can't say he might not think that I love him. He might not want to call back because I missed that phone call. You feel what I'm saying, friend? And I don't know what it make me tell y'all this. And I tell y'all this all the time. But I go off the grid sometime on my social medias. And I tell y'all what's really going on with me on my social medias, especially if I feel like it. You feel what I'm saying? So the things that I have been investigating with these different people, Lil Durk and stuff like that, and they left Lil Durk up in solitude confinement since he been locked up all that time, I don't appreciate that. You feel what I'm saying? Now, it's a lot of things that, people need to get punished for. But if you are alive and you are a citizen, a human being, treat me like one. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if I, they took out my whole family. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Depression, not being able to talk about what you really going through, that's probably what make a motherfucker snap. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about the 24-year-old. Something deep, demonic, and dark was going on in that family to make him snap and take not one, but 5 to 6 lives in 1 hour. Y'all feel me? Huh? He ain't never coming back from that dark place. You hear me? And he gone. You hear me? He gone. You know. So that part right there, friend, and I'm going to go find out some more about him. You know, probably going to do a little short story on him on TikTok, something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, awareness. You know, I always try to bring awareness on my channels because it's very sad that is majority of my culture that be going viral with this type of stuff. But if I could keep on making awareness of it, friend, maybe it'll change some of our kids' minds from taking each other's lives. You feel what I'm saying? You know, because the kids that's coming up under us, they just ain't got no heart. You know what I'm saying? They don't got no heart, and a lot of the kids now think about what other people say about them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going by my own, you know, raising my own children and realizing how they friends are and realizing what's really going on, friend. So, today, friend, what I said in the beginning, and I'm going to say it before I leave here. Ask me, friend, what is your dream for me? What is your intentions for me? You hear me? And that's all I've been asking him. You know what I'm saying? So he said, you Rosanna Dana, you got a gift of gab, and I'm going to need you to use it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So, friend, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here one-on-one. And everybody else that sat up in here and enjoyed my live, you know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed the piece. I really enjoyed the conversation. But I'm going to have to get us where we can actually listen to some of the stuff that I want. You know, like a real reaction. You know what I'm talking about, friend? When you see the people put the stuff up there and y'all watch it together and then I stop it and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goals that I'm making for 2026 for social media buzz, to add more illustration to the live and to have more character, you know, throughout my channel. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to do, friend. So with that said and done, friend, it's a smoke break, like really, really nagging at me right now. Y'all feel me, huh? And to keep my audience and be respectable, I can't be doing all that crazy stuff and coming back like this ain't even y'all business. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So with that said and done, friend, I want you to enjoy your day and don't let nobody get in the way of your joy. Use my email, johnsonmonica636@gmail.com, or you can just come inbox me on Facebook, Monica, you feel me, Johnson. You feel me, friend? Huh? And I'm going to already know it's you because you're going to tell me it's 101. Damn. You feel me? See you later, friend. See y'all later. I really enjoyed y'all this morning. Peace. Oh, yeah, friend. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the buzz, y'all, so I can bring more buzzes like this to you guys. Social media buzz.